mostly Star Wars comics, but there's like Deadpool, Spider-Man versus Deadpool. I already have that. I already have White Knight, but it's a free one, so that's a good one.
Yeah, man. I put a couple of Warhammer ones on hold, and I'll be picking them up next week, and then pick up the second in that series in a couple of weeks after.
That's perfect.
What issue is Poe Dameron on now?
There's the Poe Dameron annual, and then the one after. No, it's that one. But I know. Hey, a lot happening right now. Tons happening.
30. Oh, it's a party. I guess you're on 30. 36.
Yeah, 36 on that one.
That's an awesome.
Oh, I know that one's. I can't wait to read that one. Sure, that's where. Yep, perfect. All right, we're live here at Stairway to Heaven Comics in Newington, New Hampshire. You can kind of hear my voice is a little raspy, and I've been going through one hell of a last 8 hours. But we're here, Stairway to Heaven Comics, Newington, New Hampshire. Here, sitting to the right of me, of course, fresh off of Token's Tap Room last night.
Oh yeah,
Mr. Sean Michaud.
How's it going?
It's good, man. It's good. You know, we had a really fun time last night. Got to talk some interesting things. Mr. James Brown has some more stuff that he needs to share.
Absolutely. At some point, we'll get there.
We'll get to it.
I'm not going to monopolize the airwaves right at the
But anyway, James, how's it going, buddy?
It's going pretty well, man. I definitely drank a bit last night. Definitely had a good time. I think we all had a great time. Yeah, I think we all had a fantastic time. There was a lot of good people who came out.
Yep.
I got given one of the original Buff Han Solo action figures by someone who was there just out of the blue.
Yeah.
And of course, I got my favorite Clone Wars Attack of the Clones character, Dexter Jetster.
Oh yeah,
got one of his.
Christopher James Leddy,
Mr. Christopher James Leddy vintage viewport. He ended up giving me that one just because he knows how much I love Dex. So
I know. Your face when you saw that too. You're like, oh my god!
Yes, he's got a Camino saber dart. Yeah, it was
He's
great.
got a Camino.
He's got a Camino saber dart. I think there's one in the package.
Yeah, so. No, that's true. I mean, can we talk about that for a quick second? Like, the minute you got Buff Han Solo, I was kind of looking at that, and I know my specialty isn't really surrounding collecting. I can't really say any of our specialties is around collecting. That's why we have other people in the network who do that for us.
Yeah, he was here last night with us.
Who's that?
Chris.
Yeah, Chris was there last night, right?
Oh yeah.
And
him and his mustache. Oh,
jeez, I made a comment that will not be repeated ever again surrounding his mustache.
What'd you say?
Something along the lines of, I would pet it.
I would too. It's perfectly formed.
Okay.
He's got those two little points there. That's not weird, dude. Like, it's a thing of admiration. Like, if you see another man and you go up and you're just like, I just want to touch your beard, it means they're doing a good job.
Oh. See, that's etiquette I did not know of.
At least in my mind, like,
that's just my beard.
Nobody says that you actually go up and touch the beard because that's where it gets weird. But if you look at that, and you're like, I would touch that.
We all have beards here, so
right.
Yeah, that's true.
We do have a lot of facial hair between the three of us, and Mr. Leddy has more than all three of us combined. So,
well, Chris has been
he's
letting it out.
Well, the thing that it always amazes me about Chris is how quickly he can cultivate and then destroy an incredible amount of facial hair. And it's just like, I want to know what your ancestry is aside from Viking and probably Yeti to be able to grow your facial hair that quickly, because I can't do that. Like this took me about 3 weeks to even like get to this point.
Yeah.
And I had to trim it this morning, and I'm kind of like, oh my god, did I trim it bad? Which I didn't. But it got to the point where there's like really weird little hairs sticking out, and it comes all patchy on the sides. And it's like, well, I'm Scottish, so I'm weird in the facial hair sense. But it just like, sorry, Scott, I know it's difficult for you too. But it's just like it doesn't come in right, and it bothers me. So
yeah, I mean, I know we're gonna get into some Star Wars talk, but I like where this is going along the lines of like, and one thing I always struggled with, like even throughout middle school. And this is weird. Like right around 5th grade, I really started to grow. It like started to grow in a little something.
5th grade.
5th grade.
I did not have a single hair growing out of my face until I was 17.
Wow, that's an interesting story right there.
I also didn't have hair on the top of my head until I was 3 years old.
My
mom rode me around. Yeah, my mom rode me around in the stroller with a little pink headband. Said "Bald is beautiful" on the front.
Pink headband,
yep,
too.
for 3 years. There's photographic evidence. I'll show you at some point. Actually, my mom will probably show you at some point of her own accord. But
that might end up on the Hollow Table Hangouts.
That might have to be a Hollow Table
cover.
Hangouts album cover. I mean, I'll even put that as my profile picture on Facebook if we can find it.
I like that idea.
Yeah, no, it's actually at some point we're gonna have some kind of bet about something that's gonna happen with the Star Wars universe, and if I lose that bet, I will put that up right now. That's gonna be my stakes. That will be my Facebook.
That's gonna picture. All right,
for a period of no less than 2 months.
All right, Sean. If we are to do this Star Wars prediction, what are you putting on the line? What are you putting on the line here?
Ooh,
since I'm willing to publicly embarrass myself, can I throw this one out there?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
I am going to throw the prediction out there that within the next year, we are not going to be getting an Obi-Wan Kenobi origin story.
Wow.
And I am willing to bet my my Facebook public reputation on that one.
All right.
From timeline now
to
next year.
1 year from now. What's the date today? The 15th?
15th of September.
So September
16th.
September 16th of 2019. Between now and then, we're not going to see the Obi-Wan Kenobi origin story.
That's
not a single.
Not a single peep about it beyond rumors and conjecture.
Wow, that's extreme.
Unless it is something that says that they're not going to do it.
Right.
I don't think that we have the cast available currently with the pool of actors that we have to be able to play a young Qui-Gon Jinn and to be able to play a young Obi-Wan Kenobi. We just don't have it.
Interesting. Sean, what is it for you? What are you going to say? Star Wars prediction. If you're going to put something on the line. Number one, what are you going to put on the line? And number two, what's your prediction?
What I'm going to put on the line is that we're not going to see another Han Solo sequel movie.
Wow. I just heard myself reflect my voice back, too.
I'll take those odds.
That's it.
I'll take those odds.
Okay, what are you going to put on the line for that, then? Like James says, his baby pictures. Or one baby picture.
Well, if I had my long hair, I would then...
I want you to record on Zone Z Music.
Okay.
You singing in its entirety.
Oh, I actually have a better. Do you have that recorded?
The rap mixtape that I recorded with Sean. It was
and post it on
Brick City Blockade.
Yes,
it's going to go in an episode to intro it.
Yeah, absolutely. The way they were Brick City Blockade.
This is before Brick City Blockade. This is when Sean thought he was a white rapper. And that was
then it's like, no, I'm gonna stick to producing.
Right. Okay.
What about you?
All right, here we go. You ready for this?
Go for it, buddy.
I'm gonna put on the I'm gonna put on the line that we will not see Star Wars Episode 10 or anything surrounding that. Like, I'm talking about release date. The rumor is that we won't see it for 2 years. Like, there's going to be a gap in between Episode 9 and when we're going to see Episode 10.
So you don't think we're going to get Episode 10 at the end of this year? You think we're going to get it next year?
I don't think we're going to get it for 3 to 4 years.
And what are you going to put on the line with that one, Mr. Vogt? Because that's a pretty hefty pattern break right there.
You ready? I'm going to shave my head and shave my beard.
That's not really...
Throw in the eyebrows.
You want to throw on the eyebrows?
Throw on the eyebrows.
Yeah, throw in the eyebrows.
We'll throw on the eyebrows.
Shake on it. This is on live. This is live on air.
Live on air.
Vogt will shave his eyebrows.
It's going to happen. All right? I just did it live.
You're going like full alopecia. You're going to be giving yourself a Patrick Stewart.
Yeah, essentially. Yeah. Essentially. And I'll have Scott talk about it.
Or you could just dye.
No, actually, you know what? That's worse. That's worse.
No.
Dyeing the hair is worse. For me, it is.
What color are we going to dye it?
We're not dyeing it because there's not going to be anything.
That's even a bigger stakes than shaving, though.
No, I think I like the shaving better because that's reversible. You know, Andy works in a school.
Yeah. Yes.
So we're gonna have to go with not the dyed hair. Although you might have some explaining to do coming to school without eyebrows.
Yeah.
But I think it'll be worth it.
Oh, absolutely.
I lost a bet actually goes pretty well with that one.
It really does. It really does.
I slipped with the hair straightener too, and that's why. So that's a horrible fire. I made a throwback.
Oh man,
I would pay to see that.
Okay, perfect. All right, we all put our Star Wars big pieces on the line. Now I'm going to call out the rest of the Brick City Blockade Podcast Network crew on this one.
Great thing about this, though, if you think about it, I've got a year grace period for mine. You got 3 to 4 years.
Oh yeah.
If this happens within the next 3 to 4 years, you may have just screwed yourself. Sir.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Oh, absolutely.
I don't have a time limit
Absolutely.
on mine. I don't think. I just said we're not going to see one.
Yeah. Nah, I feel like taking risks. I feel like taking risks on that one. I'm gonna take a risk on that one. That's a really cool one too. And also, it's a way for our fans to also be like, hey, he actually did something.
Yeah.
he actually really put himself on the line for that one. So, listen, the other thing
used to me seeing me make an ass out of myself.
that's true. Right? That's true. I'm not gonna lie. The last Brick City Blockade live, you didn't hit the turn off the mic button, the mute button.
At least we weren't recording during that part, and we were just talking.
Well, yeah.
That wasn't broadcasted.
No, and Neil Lowry, Neil Positivity from Twitter, he actually went into the feed. I noticed we've been getting a lot of comments on the Brick City Blockade live stuff on YouTube.
Right.
And he left a comment and he said, OMG, with the time mark where you were taking a piss. And it said, James is an absolute star emoji.
So that that did get broadcast?
That did get broadcasted.
I knew it. You told me it stopped broadcasting. The live thing was still going up there. You told me it stopped broadcasting. Anyway, go ahead and put it out there for everybody else.
They love it. They love it. It's uncanny.
Apparently, they like listening to me take a piss.
I'm telling you. He called you a star, though.
We got some weird fans. Thank you, Mr. Lowry. I appreciate you.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Neil. And my challenge goes out to the other Brick City Blockade Podcast Network members and the contributors. What is your challenge? I want to see DMs straight to me. If the three of us are going to do it, the rest of you got to do it. Y'all got to jump in on this.
Mm-hmm.
You got to lay it on the line. I mean, even if that means that Chris Letty has to wear one of my Jets jerseys to work one day.
Jim Roberge, I want to see you shave your beard.
Oh, no.
I want you to bet something, and I want to see your beard go. You can always grow it back.
Yeah, that's true.
Yep.
Oh, but Jim without a... Oh.
Or Jim dressing up as a prequel character from
Jar Jar
Halloween.
No, I wouldn't put him through that. I'd rather see him shave his beard than put himself through the...
Steve Kirk showed us the Jar Jar Binks lollipop. He has to make out with it and take a picture of himself with it.
Steve already did that with his dog, and that was weird.
Steve?
And nothing.
Nothing
Nothing at all.
Nothing at all.
But anyway, now that we did our challenges, which I did not expect, and I absolutely love it when we do stuff like that, let's get into a little bit of some Star Wars talk here. We're, of course, here live from Stairway to Heaven Comics. Sean picked up some of his comic books. I was able to pick up
mine yet,
that's all right.
Brad
knows. He'd kick our asses out if that wasn't happening.
No.
And James, you pre-ordered some stuff.
I put a couple of books on hold because I just paid rent and I'm broke.
It happens.
But I just put a couple of books on hold. They're Warhammer comics because anybody who knows me knows I'm a massive fan of Warhammer, which I'm super happy right through this thing.
Yeah, right in the back there. Yeah,
you got an entire Warhammer 40K section here, and I'm just like, so it's pretty great. And I had number 1 and number 3 of a particular series put aside, and he's ordering number 2 for me. So we'll see. We'll see how the series is, and if I continue buying the graphic novels for Warhammer.
We're to Stairway. Why don't you talk a little about the comics that?
Yeah.
Like, what did you pick out? Like,
that's actually a really good point, man.
Like,
I actually like that. So you start off. You tell the good people out there what you were able to pick up.
Yeah, I picked up a couple. I haven't been really into the Star Wars comics. Like nothing has really spoken out to me. Hopefully, because I want characters that like I want an Ahsoka Tano comic. I want I don't know, like I don't know, something good. Like, like maybe like a Hera comic or.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
Harrison Duel comic would be very cool.
Yeah, so I picked up.
That's an origin story. I wouldn't mind saying too.
Yeah, that's true.
Or
good point, James.
James and I talked about General Grievous comic.
Oh yeah.
I hope they do something about
like his path to Dooku.
He's got.
Yeah, you can see it from here. I got the Lando one.
What issue?
Let me see the cover on that real quick.
Issue 4.
Issue 4, yeah. So
one
with the flashlight.
Yeah, I haven't picked it up. I haven't.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's got the flashlight, and then that's the Silver Spiders, I think. And I love the name of the series too, Double or Nothing. It's such a great name.
It is for
the comic series. So that's a great.
All the ones I picked up, I got Domino. If you guys are a fan of Marvel,
Yeah,
of course she's part of X Force,
right?
And the new Domino Deadpool series,
right?
And huge Wonder Woman. I'm
that's been your thing.
Up to 54 now on this.
That's crazy. I mean, that series has gone a while.
It's really good series. It's one of the best series I picked up.
Right. Now, where in the Wonder Woman timeline is that right now? Where would you say? Like, let's set it at Justice League, the film.
It takes
where are we at?
Before Justice League.
Before Justice League, okay.
Yeah, and it's basically it's trying to think. I haven't read the series in a while, so I probably forget. But it's like before Steve Trevor is alive in the comics, of course, and of course it's her love interest, and you see Cheetah in there. So it's her, like Cheetah just starting to become Cheetah, Dr. Minerva.
Right.
So it's in that kind of timeline, right, way before Justice League and all that. Kind of after the Wonder Woman movie. What else? Harley Quinn.
Yep, Harley Quinn series.
Witchblade, which is really cool.
Oh, nice.
And this is actually really interesting.
That one fascinates me.
It's Dead Hand, and it's about. It's kind of. It's about the Soviet Russia.
Soviet Union, yeah.
Russia, and the Dead Hand is kind of like a symbol, and the whole town is like isolated, and so you can't have like. There's like outsiders and all that. It's really interesting. It's kind of complicated.
Right, you have to really read that. That's one of those ones that you probably have to read from issue 1. You really can't pick it
I
up
might actually have to look into that one because that sounds pretty interesting.
Yeah, that seems like a really, really cool
I love that whole dystopian shit.
Yeah, well, Fallout.
Warhammer.
It becomes in Warhammer, but even Fallout to a certain extent becomes a.
That's actually another thing I'm really looking for is Fallout 76.
Yeah,
I've heard nothing but good things about the gameplay so far, and all the trailers look fascinating, and I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah,
I'm hoping they fix a lot of the issues with Fallout 4.
Yeah, I mean, it's amazing how much Fallout has now given John Denver the respect it needed. Just by
absolutely.
Is it crazy?
Absolutely.
Country Road, I mean, the way that's totally changed the fandom.
Absolutely.
It's hard not to say.
And the one thing that I'm actually really was really interesting for me is that Bethesda had no idea how well Fallout 4 was going to sell in the New England area just because it takes place in Massachusetts.
Right.
And one of the things I love about the game is I can actually like go and be like, oh, that's the Boston Common. And oh my God, that's like I'm in Jamaica Plain. I'm in Boston itself. Holy crap! There's the the Bunker Hill Monument. There's the Constitution. I've been to those places in real life, and now I can see them accurately reproduced in a game. And Fallout 3 did the same thing with the mall in DC.
Oh, that's right.
And New Vegas didn't really have a whole lot to go off of, which is what I think one of New Vegas's biggest failings was.
Interesting.
It was the first Fallout game I played with New Vegas, and it was a mistake.
Right. Now, the only thing good about New Vegas was the DLC, and the DLC made the game. And it was one of those situations where it was almost exactly the same thing as Fallout 3 with a couple of added gameplay perks where you could aim down the iron sights of the weapon. And with Fallout 3, you had and the weapon mods. And with Fallout 3, you had the ability to go get a mod itself where you could aim down iron sights. So if you combine the gameplay of Fallout New Vegas with the storyline, the gameplay and DLC of New Vegas with the storyline and DLC and voice acting talent, Liam Neeson, of Fallout 3, then you would have had the perfect Bethesda game. And they came very close with Fallout 4, at least in my opinion. And now that we're getting, rumors for finally an Elder Scrolls 6 that's not that stupid ESO.
Right.
Or sorry for anybody who likes ESO. I'm not a fan of MMOs. I'm sorry. And the Fallout 76 is coming out. I think we might actually get a new wave of really great Bethesda games. Which, real quick, and I'll let you get to your comic book.
Yeah, no. Keep going.
If I can segue into this.
Yeah, go for it.
One of the reasons, and I was saying this last night, that if Lucasfilm and Disney are smart from a gaming standpoint, and a lot of you guys know this, I do the Holotable Hangouts gaming segment.
Right.
And one of the things that I would really like to see from from Disney and Lucasfilm is contract out to somebody other than Electronic Arts to make their games.
Right.
I think if Bethesda were given a crack at a Star Wars game, at an open world Star Wars game, which is something that I would absolutely love to see, given how much I love Knights of the Old Republic and given how much I liked that whole thing here. Hold on 1 second.
I would love to see Square.
Hold on. Hey, look who's calling me right now.
Oh, hey.
Hey, Caden.
Hey, you're live on Brick City Blockade Live.
Guys, I got Caden Stetler from the Rebel Chatter podcast in Rebel Cause Lancaster on the phone right now. He just starts calling me midstream. Look at this guy.
Look at him.
Oh, man. The Brick City Live? Are you serious? I'm so honored to be on the show.
Oh, yeah, right? No, we're honored to have you, Mr. Stetler. It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure. Do you mind if I give you a call back afterwards?
What did he say?
What's that? What did you say?
Look at this. Look at this. Interrupting our show like this.
I said, I'll give you a call afterwards, buddy.
Oh, okay. Okay.
All right, later, man. Anyway, like I was saying.
Thanks, Caden.
I loved Knights of the Old Republic, and I liked the whole kind of like open concept of the maps, and I like the like different areas you could go to, and I'd like to see that with kind of a true open world gaming, and maybe not like you spend the entire time on one planet, because one of the things that was so great about Star Wars is the spaceships and the space travel.
Right.
Add some sort of space combat element into that game. Add, you can have a ship where you can, upgrade the ship as well as you level up, and you can, keep going through like that, and actually establish yourself maybe as a dominant party in the galaxy. Either politically through show of force, choose to either be force sensitive or non-force sensitive, have yourself be the force equivalent of the Dragonborn, or have yourself be some gung-ho bounty hunter or smuggler, or have yourself be, the Imperial governor of some star system somewhere. You have that ability, and that's the kind of game that I would like to see. Some true open world, whether it's a star system or a galaxy-spanning thing, or whether it's kind of actually I wish I kind of kept Caden on the phone for this one, but Caden, we'll touch on this on Holotable Hangouts next time when we do our Republic Commando. So yeah, that's what I'd like to see. It's an open world Star Wars game where you have the freedom to go around and explore, which is something that you haven't really had with a Star Wars game yet, and I would really like to see something like that happen. That's
important. I feel like Star Wars does need to start looking into that open world concept. We've been talking about it over the last week here. Is the Marvel Spider-Man video game. And you want to talk about how to do an open world game correct, that's one way to do it.
Yeah.
Which one really is?
The newest Spider-Man.
That's the proper way to do it. And I think that, Lucasfilm, and I think they could even go to EA or to BioShock and say, see this right here? This is the proper way to format an open world game using a nerdum focus.
I would even have who's the company that does Far Cry?
I
know it's run off of Dunia Engine.
Everybody, search on your device.
I have.
I'll let these two do it.
Far Cry. Ubisoft. Yep.
Yeah, right. Ubisoft.
Like Assassin's Creed.
Because I should know that because I have to go into Ubisoft Club for all the rewards and all that.
Yeah.
And with Assassin's Creed and Far Cry doing an open world game, I think that actually Ubisoft could probably do a fantastic job with a Star Wars game.
Yeah, they would.
Especially if you added in a combat mechanic like Assassin's Creed, where you, if you wanted to do like a Mara Jade game or something like that, where you're a Sith assassin or something, or a Jedi or something, and you have to use the stealth like that, that would be a really cool mechanic to have.
Like that would be even a bounty hunter as like a Assassin's Creed type game. Yeah, like fun. Maybe being like a Jango Fett or Boba Fett just flying around.
Right. Or it's actually, that'd be really cool. And then you get to meet like other bounty hunters instead of like the Assassin's Coven. You have like, Aura Singh and Bosk and Dengar, Forlom and Zuckuss.
I mean, it'd be cool to have that group of people you don't choose, but you get to play each character, kind of like in Grand Theft Auto, you play each character.
Right, yeah. And that's another one. Is who does Grand Theft Auto again? That's Rockstar.
Rockstar.
Yeah. I mean, a Rockstar Star Wars game.
Like, look at Red Dead Redemption.
Yeah, also a fantastic game.
I like how you got to that too.
See, that's 3 times fast.
That's true. That's true.
No, but they could do a great Western game, and they haven't done it. We don't see many great Western games that this timeline, and we have the new one that's coming out in November.
Yeah. It's funny because we were talking about Ubisoft and some of their work that they do with video gaming, and it was back in February when Star Wars and Lucasfilm was looking at getting rid of their video game licensing with EA. That name came up.
What company was going to do Star Wars 1313? Do you know?
I think it was Activision.
I don't want to see that.
No, I know. I'm
ever since Call of Duty, Activision's kind of off the table for me with them.
Yeah.
I don't blame you. There's always Square Enix is a really good company.
Bungie,
yeah.
Who took over? It was 343 Productions now, who does the Halo games.
Yeah, 343 does that.
The new Halo games, at least graphically, are fantastic. Even if the storyline is getting a little bit convoluted. The Halo graphics system, I think, would work extremely well in a Star Wars universe.
Yeah, that's true.
It's the same thing I want to see with a TV show. Is something a little more gritty and real. Yeah,
that's a really interesting point, and I think definitely going forward, I think that we're not going to see, especially surrounding when you look at the way that Star Wars gaming is moving. Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Fiji too.
Class product. But guys, you'll notice, true to form, mine's bigger than yours.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine. There's a reason why yours is not even going to finish.
That's a double entendre as well. She goes, it's true because you're sharing it with me.
Oh, wow. I like that. Red Sox lead 3-0. Oh, no.
Yay.
Yeah.
This is my one pumpkin coffee for the year.
Okay, I want to know, what are those comics over there?
These ones?
Yeah, those are, what does it say, variant editions?
Yeah.
Because I know
Old Man Logan.
Those are really cool
Light Mask.
I've been eyeing them.
It's like it's
Ice Cube.
Lauryn Hill. That's like a direct callback to Lauryn Hill, that one.
Oh my god, I'm gonna look at these after.
We should so the comic books you got, because we got way off track there.
No, that's all right. It's all right. So this has been interesting as I'm getting my fantasy football updates. Yes, I did start some New England Patriots players today. So I will say that much. Tom Brady. Why wouldn't you? I'm a Jets fan, but I'm going to start Tom Brady as my quarterback.
You did win Blitz last night.
I did win NFL Blitz against Gundy Kenobi, and he was quite mad at me, and I'm quite happy that he was quite mad at me.
Yeah.
Usually how that works. But anyway.
I'm going to be hopping on and probably playing some Far Cry with Mr. Gundy Kenobi tonight.
Going to be hopping on.
If you could stream that.
I will do what I can, but it's going to be co-op. That's the thing. Far Cry's co-op.
That's tough to...
But it's not. It is tough to stream. The thing that's going to be really tough to stream is me sitting back and watching him die. So,
the Far Cry co-op is so fun though.
It really is. Do you have a PS4?
Yeah,
you're wrong.
You're wrong.
Jesus, bro.
No, it's okay. I'm a little bit butthurt because the only person that I can play Far Cry with right now is Mr. Colin George, and we have opposing work schedules because everybody, Nick Willette, Quinn, everybody got it for PS4, and I am not on the PlayStation bandwagon.
Even Nick Willette got it for PS4.
He did because he made a mistake. He thought I had a PS4.
I've had a.
Did he contact you before he went out and got one and asked?
No, but that's his own fault.
Yeah, he assumed is what he did.
Right, and when you assume, you make an asshole out of yourself.
And you're not supposed to assume things when you're talking to James Brown either. You have to go.
No, you have to assume everything because everything is possible. I'm a walking embodiment of Murphy's Law. Is you have no clue what's going to come out of my mouth next, and frankly, I have no clue what's going to come out of my mouth next because brain damage.
It's why you're here. It's why you're here. It's why we like having you.
Occasionally, I go too far. I will admit that. But
there's nothing.
Usually, it's off the air when I go too far.
Usually,
and after a considerable amount of alcohol has been imbibed. Anyway,
Poe Dameron annual issue number 2. You know what? The one thing about the Star Wars annuals, I really do like getting these because sometimes they take the storyline and they spin it off in a different direction.
And they're much bigger.
Yeah, they are.
I mean,
you get a little bit more story to them.
Because I got the 101 annual last time, and it was double the what it original
I'm seeing
is,
like a
which is
Wookiee
really
grabbing
cool.
somebody's head about 2 pages before we had thumb.
Really? Well, there's
It's and actually that was just a great.
It's Han and Chewie. Yeah.
What were you saying, Sean?
No, I was saying the 101 annual I got is twice as bigger, like twice the size of this.
Yeah,
which is cool. Which is cool.
Which
you get more.
You see the
That's
bird.
Ben Solo right
Ben
there.
Solo right there.
Look at that. The Wicket's watching them consummate it. Anyway, if we go into this page right here, I think that's probably one of the best comic book panels I've seen in a very long time.
Is that Chewbacca grabbing somebody by the
That's
hair?
what I'm assuming it is.
Yeah.
Because that kind of looks like a Wookiee fist.
You'll find out when you read it.
Head. So
Yeah. I'm going to keep you guys. Yeah, it would have to be because look at the next
yeah,
scene.
it definitely has to be. He
Yep.
grabbed him by the head and then shot him. Wow.
Yeah.
Chewie got vicious.
So Poe Dameron annual, definitely pick that up. I absolutely love the cover of Star Wars issue number 53. Han Solo in a Rebellion's pirate
That is actually arguably one of the best pictures I have ever seen.
It is. Greg LaRocca does such a great job with the artwork and the storyline in these things. That's Sherry issue number 1.
I pre-ordered that.
Did you pre-order it?
Oh,
Nice.
I can't wait. When does it come out? Sorry.
That's October 2018, so next month
No,
that will be out.
I
And
can't wait.
I've kind of already looked into this here and there. I mean, Akbar makes an appearance, which is
The
really cool.
artwork in these is just phenomenal.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I've been very, very impressed with of course, who shows up other than Mr. Vader himself.
That's one of the things that you're going to appreciate that I'm working on right now is actually getting a series of these Star Wars ship blueprint posters, and I want to have one wall of my apartment entirely covered in those.
That's beautiful. That is absolutely beautiful.
It's going to be glorious.
And so that's 53. This was just before that. It's just a little bit more backstory about Vader chasing down the Millennium Falcon. He's got it in his sights and everything, and it just kind of breaks into that. So that's issue 52.
I have you now.
Issue 51, same concept. They're running a mission for.
So this is like just post Yavin then.
Yeah, essentially.
I still like the Dark Horse Star Wars comics more than Marvel.
It's funny because the Marvel Star Wars stuff is finally starting to get into that territory of Dark Horse.
I really like the old Marvel Star Wars comics because the older Marvel Star Wars comics, you got into the realm of the fantastic.
That's true.
You got into this realm of stuff that you didn't see anywhere else in Star Wars, except for in the comic books. And it was all this stuff that nobody had really thought about putting into the movies.
Right.
And because it was not Lucasfilm itself writing them, they had a little bit more liberty with it. So they could create new ship types, and they could create new things, new races, new worlds, new regions with pretty much impunity.
Yeah.
And that's the reason it got decanonized, because there was too much shit. And now they're actually starting to get back into the point where they can do that a little bit more controlled. I really like that.
Yeah, Poe Dameron issue 30, Poe Dameron issue number 29. See Greg Grunberg right there.
Now that right there, that is a classic picture that's been adapted. That one right there.
Oh yes, this. Listen, it was in my pull list, and I didn't intend on getting it, but I've heard fantastic things from Joseph Scrimshaw and everybody about issue 19 of Vader. And if I can even push that up a little farther, you can see it. Total different take with Palpatine in the background and Vader.
Right, and I honestly, even if I didn't know what was inside that comic book, I would end up buying it just because of that cover right there. It's the great thing is comic books are one of the few books you can judge by the cover.
Oh, you definitely can.
Really can.
The one I think it was issue 51 or something, 50 or 49. Had one of the best covers. It's her with the lasso, but it's all golden and all that. And it's her being blindfolded.
Oh, that's cool.
I don't know.
Well, that would explain why you liked it.
Yeah. And then, of course, Deadpool and Spider-Man. This has been one of my favorite reads across the time. Nice mix of humor, bringing out Deadpool and bringing out the whole relationship with Spider-Man and kind of corniness that Peter Parker has. And then Deadpool kind of saying, well, you know what? Fuck you. I'm funnier.
I think, what's his name? Tom Holland?
Yeah.
I think that Tom Holland and Ryan Reynolds in a Deadpool Spider-Man movie would be after the way that he interacted with Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah.
Just an absolutely fantastic pairing.
Oh, I think it
I would
almost
love
has to
see a
happen at some
Deadpool
point.
Spider-Man movie.
Yeah.
Actually, I want to see if he has the Deadpool kills the Marvel Universe comics anywhere near. Yeah, that's one of my favorite series.
Yeah, that'd be a really great one. So
Mm-hmm.
this ends the first half of our live podcast session here from BrickCityBlockade.com podcast network. Enjoy the second half. We'll be back on here in just a little bit, and
I'll
we
go
will
call
see
Caden
you
back
really, really soon.
momentarily.